everybody, my name is Sherry. Welcome to my stamp studio. Today I'm going to show you the swaps that I got while I was in Mexico on the Stampin' Up! Trip and just some of the goodies that we came back with. Part of the reason, one, it's thunderstorming here and so it could get really dark at any moment, so it's not great to film a tutorial right at this moment. And I also need to put this stuff up, and it's kind of a weird assortment of stuff, so in order to put it up, I thought I'd go ahead and film this morning. I do have a preview for what month is it? May's card club. So I have that, and then I have some other things that are in process. And then I got all on Monday. I was working. I got most of the emails answered. There's a couple that I need to go back to. And I did all of the Try It class cards. So they're all done, and they're all in. We're probably halfway on the cutting. So that's always good when you make it that far in a class. So let's take a look. How shall I do this? Let's do this little stack here first, because this is a little stack. So every day when you're on a Stampin' Up! Trip, there is a hospitality room, and in the room there are snacks, there are samples, there's preview things, there's Stampin' Up! Staff that you can talk to, members of the leadership team. And then there is a big wheel that you can spin. And I think I got kind of a selfie. It didn't turn out well with Corey Hancock, one of the days that I spun the wheel. But you spin it and then you win a prize. So these are the prizes that I won of the days that we were there. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, it wasn't open until Tuesday. These I won, but I am going to be divvying those up to my team, because last month we had a Better Your Best challenge, and those that participated and bettered their best, I have a stack of stuff that we will be drawing for, and everybody's going to get a prize. So I'm just going to take my prizes and move them on straight to them. So one day we got stickers. I love the stickers. My laptop is completely covered now in Stampin' Up! Stickers, so I'll see if I can find a place to put those. Everything had the theme. So right now, the Orlando trip that people are working on, thankfully I've already earned mine, so stress gone. Each Stampin' Up! Trip has like a logo, and so everything can be branded that way. So this was the Mexico logo, so you'll see a common theme as we move on. So my stickers, and then one day there was some embellishments or ribbon, so I got that. One day there was paper, and I got that, and one day there was stamp sets. So if you are on my team and you bettered your best, that will be in the stack of things when I go live in a couple of days and draw your names. And then I'm keeping the stickers. So then everybody gets a name tag, and you can wear it around. So this trip, a lot of times, like in Norway, we wore them in town. It's easy then to tell who's with you if you don't know. Like, there were 348 people who earned the trip. Not everybody goes on the trip. If you can't make it, then you can cash out and get money. But we get the name tag, and then you wear that. But this time they also gave us something else. So when we got to immediately, the resort picked us up from the airport and took us to the resort, which is about an hour away from the airport. And when you got there, let me move this out of the way. They had what they called I think it was a gifting experience. And again, the hotel checked you in. You got your little arm band that is, if you've been to Disney and you have a magic band, it was the exact same thing, except it looked more islandish. It had strings instead of plastic for the actual parts. But our first gift that they gave us was the photo package. So if you've been to Disney and you get the photo pass, here, actually, instead of photographers, there were just little places everywhere, and you would just touch your armband to it and it would take your pictures. That was so much fun, and I'm so glad they gave us that. So we got the armband. It was also like the key to your room and anything on the resort. It got you into all of the resort that we stayed at. Is fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Like you could be perfectly content staying at the resort. It's called Excaret, and it's about an hour outside of Cancun. But then there are theme parks, very Disney-esque, but much more jungle and monkeys and jungle animals all around. So they all had an Animal Kingdom feel to them if you've been to Disney. But then there was zip lining and ATVs and all kinds of river swims and super cool stuff. So all of the I think there's 9 different experiences, all included as part of the hotel. So you could stay at the resort and all of the fabulousness that was there and all of the free food. From the second we left and we bought Chick-fil-A in Houston till we got back in Cancun Airport and got a Starbucks, we spent no money, not 1 cent. Stampin' Up! Covered everything, so it was just completely fabulous. But at the gifting experience, you got to pick your gifts. So everything was handmade by local artisans, which is super cool. This is made from recycled plastics. It's a environmentally friendly, looking forward kind of a theme park and resort. So you got to pick your little bag, and this bag then we took everywhere. So you didn't really need name tags when you were out and you had your swimsuit on, because if you had the bag, you also knew that you were with Stampin' Up! So you got to pick which color you wanted. Super fun. All kinds of designs. And then we used it the entire time. So I'm going to show you this first because I'm going to put it down here and then I'm going to start to fill it back up. And everything had, you'll see as I go along with the gift things, they had already sent us, which you may have seen on my Instagram. They sent us luggage tags that were branded Stampin' Up! Like this. So everything from here out has these little Stampin' Up! Logo things on them. Sometimes I want to cut those off and use them on something else. Here's the fan. You got to pick which color fan you wanted. It's very well made. Again, made by local artisans there. And the Stampin' Up! Logo on that. And then we got packing cubes in all of the fun patterns. Again, you can see, this is the little Mexico card, and you can see how they did everything to match. So 2 Stampin' Up! Zippers. See, on these, I would really like to take those off and use them on something else, but I don't want to ruin my bag because it already says Stampin' Up! Here. But you got to pick your 3 patterns of packing cubes. I like the packing cubes because, like this size, I will be able to put my cards in when I go see my friends. So I use them for more than just packing. Although we are huge fans of packing cubes. My daughter packs everything in her cubes. Then you got to pick a bag, and in it had an animal. They sold all sizes of these at the gift shop at the resort. I got a little elephant. Some people got a cat. Can I tell you, I was secretly hoping that I got a cat, but I did not, because it took me a few days to remember to go back and open this. And by then I saw that people were getting cats. But they're hand painted, hand carved, super, super cute. My little tusk right here broke because, you know, packing and luggage. But that's gonna go in here, so we'll just move that. And then you got to pick 2 banner things. So I got these 2. They could hang on your bag. She's gonna hang in my office, my studio somewhere. I'm not sure about this one. I have, it kind of matches the theme of mushrooms that I have going on downstairs. It looks kind of 70s, but again, handmade by artisans. And then we also got to pick a frame. So there was one that was in these colors. It was bright, and then there was the blue and whites. So I picked the blue and white. You can see I was kind of surprised this made it home safely. It's got a tiny, tiny little chip right here, but I think I can fix that with some white paint. And it may have been there from the beginning. So we have that. So those were the gifts that we got the first day. Well, the first gift we got, like I said, was the photo package. Can I tell you that I'm secretly crossing my fingers that we get that in Orlando? We did find out that the next trip, if you're on my team, I know there's a couple of you that are halfway to Orlando and you still have half the year to go. So I hope somebody joins me in Orlando. But then we found out that the year after that will be Alaska, a cruise in Alaska. So then let's look at a couple of things. These, I have a ginormous bowl of candy downstairs. These are from the resort. So the first day, we got a knock on the door. We had come back to change clothes, and so they said, candy. And so my husband opened it, and it was literally candy. And she said, would you like some? That day it was chocolate. But every day we got a different candy. And they always had, this was the first day, the chocolate. So it was all some kind of candy. And then on this little thing, it says, craft work made with love by different Mexican communities, and take me home. So we have little baskets, and then they had candy. There was so much food, so much food, that the first day we ate the chocolate, and then after that, we're like, why are we eating this? Take it home. as the note says, take it home. So this one still has something. Some of them I had to take out because the lid didn't go well on for traveling. These are kind of fun. I'll find some. Oh, this one feels like it has something in it too. There was one day that even the girl, she just handed us the candies because they were so big, and this. They were very, very attentive. Then one day, I haven't opened this. Let's open this up. One day we had lots of people asked, do you do Stampin' Up things while you're there? There is a service project that you could have done. We were doing something else that day, so we didn't participate. The first night there is a welcome party, which was fabulous. It had rows and rows and rows and rows of carts, and they were fixing all kinds of real Mexican food. So that was the first night, and then the last night there was a party with dinner and a show, and then carts that were all desserts, tons of desserts. And then the first morning there is always, it's about an hour and a half probably of discussion, the state of Stampin' Up. You can ask the leadership team questions. Sarah and Shelly stamped, which was fabulous. We got to see a sneak peek of an upcoming super suite for Christmas. And then, of course, they give us something because they like to give us things. This is called Expressions of Kindness. I think it comes out in June or July. I don't remember. You can tell I hadn't even opened it. So this is one of our all-inclusive kits. I'm going to do a kit video in the next few days, and I'm going to show you all the kits that I bought for filming, and then I just got so busy that I didn't film any of them. Does this have the name on it? Yeah. I can throw this out. I wanted to make sure I'd know what it was called. But it has embellishments, it has the block, and then it makes these cards with the gold accents. Stamp sets, a spool of ribbon. So super fun, and I will do a video that does it. So we just got that. It has the thistles. I'm a sucker for the thistles. It goes with the free class that I'm doing. So that was just a free gift. And then the first afternoon, we came back to our room, and there was a huge charcuterie plate just filled with all kinds of cheeses and breads and little candies and the sugared walnuts. I ate all of them but one. That was the one day that we did eat the stuff in the room, but it was the first day. We weren't overly stuffed at that point. And then there was a card from Sarah and Shelly. So on this, you can see it uses the new crochet. So things have fuzzies and sand on them. The crochet folder. And then the last day, we came in our room, and there was this. So I hope that at some point we would get this ribbon, because this is really kind of fun. So it was this box, and I saw it and I thought, well, it's an album. That's fun, because we're, all back into scrapbooking now. But then I started hearing rumblings, and people were like, make sure you open the album. So this was actually Sarah's idea, that it's themed and it's ready for us to print our pictures that were part of the photo pass. And we don't even have to do any work. We can just slide them in there. So I will stick also my name tags. I'll probably cut some of this stuff up. And then there's even themed stickers back here. So this was an incredible gift. This was probably my favorite gift other than the actual photo pass. So super cool that they did that. I love this. I hope that they do it every year. So we have that. So now the last thing is to take a look at my swaps. So first off, if you didn't catch mine, so you give them your cards, and then you get them back. You don't, sometimes you get your own back, and sometimes when you get your own back, you're like, well, I didn't want my own back this year. I would have liked to have my own back, because I don't have a finished one. This is the one that I was filming, and the day I filmed, I didn't finish coloring it because I had all of the finished ones there. This was my prototype, and I didn't add the best friend ever, and I think it really needed that little pop of black and to be squished up. So that video, though, is up. You can go watch that. And then we just get a bag full, and they're all in envelopes. And 99% of them, the people put their name in. Sometimes people either forget, or sometimes I know an envelope gets missed. So it was fun last night on Facebook. We have a Facebook group page for everybody that was going or did go on the trip. And somebody used my card as a sample to do in colors for her meeting that she had last night. So that was fun to know that somebody was able to actually use it. This card is fun because we had dinner one night. There was an all-you-can-eat meat restaurant, like a Brazilian steakhouse. Meat's not my favorite thing in the world, so it wasn't my favorite restaurant. but the actual company that night was my favorite. So this was one of my new friends. We sat with her and her husband, and then Corey Hancock and her husband. And Corey is one of the vice presidents at Stampin'. So it was a really great evening. So some of these are fun folds, so I'll open them all just to see. Last time I did this, I didn't take them out of the plastic sleeves, and it took a while. There are a lot with this suite, the Country Wood suite, which is the one that I used as well. So you can tell it is a fan favorite. I like how she did this one, and then this goes like this. It's a fun card, huh? So some of these I pull aside and I'm like, I'm gonna mess with this and recreate it. Put her name back in there. This is a nice and simple one. I like that one. This would be a good one for me to do in card club sometime because y'all have all your paper. And then this one is another really fun fold. This is I haven't done this fold for a minute, where you cut the bottom off and flip it. Somebody thought that mine, they asked what the fun fold was. Mine, I think, is because it's this, and then I ran both things through. It's not just, anytime that you just don't fold the card in half, I think is a fun fold. If it has something different to it. If it goes super fancy, then you can call it a fancy fold. This one's maybe a little bit more fancy. I would still call that one just a fun fold. It's just different. It's not anything fancy. We have some fancy folds coming up. And this one here, this uses the new Spotlight on Nature wheels that I haven't used. Now these are Thoughtful Journey. I have a free class coming up with Thoughtful Journey. This would be more of a fancy fold. It's not supposed to stand up. Sometimes the fancy folds confuse me, and I know it might confuse the people you send it to, because if I can't figure out how to close it, then they might not either. I love that one. I just love this paper. And then this is what that kit matches. Is this paper. Like, I would call this a fun fold. It's not fancy, but it's fun because if it's folded just in half, then that's a. And I love the way that this paper and the Unbounded Beauty, I haven't learned all the names yet, but it matches the stamps so well. This was another favorite. You could tell the ones that people liked to use. Now this one will definitely make an appearance in Card Club because y'all have your paper to use. So I might even do it this month. So you can see the card itself is on the Designer Series paper. And then this month we are doing the Mediterranean bloom, citrus blooms. So it could have a big old lemon. When I made the Try It class with that suite of products, the card for the Try It class, fabulous. I love that card. So here we have the Spotlight on Nature. I can't wait to play with this one. Several people used it. This is really pretty. Those are my colors. Here's a much more simple version of it. And then a lot of times when we start making our swaps, we sometimes don't know what's going to carry over. Or we've just gotten. That's what happened this time. You can tell everybody just ordered their stuff. But this time in the new catalog, some of our things did carry over, which is not usual. Normally, almost everything retires. So this is the Perennial Lavender, and you'll find it in the new catalog, even though it was just in the January mini catalog. Now, this is what I call a fancy fold. It's a little bit different to me than a fun fold, because that's fancy. It's fun too, but it's fancy. It's a fancy fun fold. So this is another one that I will, I hate to deconstruct them, but sometimes you have to pull them apart. And here's another one. Again, this is something we've done several times in club, or this exact fold we've done before and Try It, I think. So this is much more a fancy fold because you're not just, you're cutting it and folding it and not just folding it in half. I'm not going to slide that back on there. Then this, I'll move these out of the way before my whole little stack. So when I played with this, it's so pretty, the colors. It will make fun cards for lots of reasons, but I think especially little girls will love this particular paper. It's just a really fun color combination. I am going to take the colors and I'm going to use it on something else. Maybe Spotlight on Nature. That way I can do two things at once. And again, this is another one. I love this paper. It's very, very pretty. And it comes in a packet that has lots of die cuts. and panels. So it's a different kind of paper pack. It's designed to go for quick and easy cards. And then here's a fun carryover. I have this, and I think I used it once, and I haven't used it again, but now summer's coming, right? Ice cream season's here. Now here we go, another fancy fold. So this one, you can see it's like this. It took me a minute. And so when it stands up, your airplane's flying. So that's fun. That's fancy. And then here are the seashells. There's two with that one. I think they just are folds. Yep. And then this last one is a little bit, it's a fun fold. We just did this maybe in Card Club a couple months ago. So you have your back thing, and then your card actually just slides down in here. Super fun. So the Stampin' Up! Has a great special this month, one of the best they've ever had. If you would like to become a demonstrator and you would like to try to work your way to, you could still make it to Orlando if you worked really hard. But if you want to work your way to Alaska and be spoiled, then I would be happy to discuss what it takes and all the free stuff that you get right now for joining. So that's what I have, and now I'm going to clean this up. It didn't thunder the whole time I did the video, so that's good. So I think today may end up being a stamping non-filming day, and I also have to go vote, and my husband gets to vote for the first time because he just became a US citizen, so he's ready to go vote. And then he asks me all the questions, and I just rock up to our closest one, and he said, can I go to any? And I said, I think so. I just go to the closest one because I work from home. So all the questions, he's like, where do I find a sample ballot? How do I look these people up? So it's kind of fun. Everybody have a great day, and I'll catch you back here later. Bye.